Hello and welcome to Gangs All Here. My name is Ryan Sampson, the host and producer of the show, joined by, as always, by our special guest, Wayne Chrebet. Wayne Chrebet now joins us on behalf of DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings will have a 30% same-game parlay profit boost for the Jets-Patriots game Thursday Night Football. For all customers, just visit DraftKings Sportsbook and opt in. Wayne, we appreciate you always coming on here, man. How you doing today on this Wednesday morning, sir?
Doing good. I just say someone asked me the same thing 10 minutes ago, and I said, 2-game winning streak. Things have changed, turned around. Obviously, a lot to go. Lots to talk about with the trades and everything. But right now, sitting here as a Jets fan, it's a better feeling than it was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, you could certainly see it on Aaron Glenn's reaction, the locker room after the game. You see the videos from them. Players are feel a lot better. It's always great when you win games, and they needed these wins. They needed to get that feeling of actually winning a game and getting off that schneid of just not having their first win. So look, it's been two different ways for them to win these two games. They had a great back and forth between the Bengals. The offense explodes for 500 yards. And then last week against the Browns, the offense really didn't get going at all until that Breece Hall screen pass. So for you, Wayne, what are you looking for tomorrow night for this Jets offense and what they can try and do against a Patriots defense that is the best in the NFL in terms of giving up the least amount of rushing yards per game?
Yeah, you know what? They're going to have to play error-free football. But yeah, listen, the first one's always the hardest. I've had 2 seasons of 1-15, 3-13. My first two, actually. But getting the first one, and then when you see how they were afterwards and how the players reacted to the post-game speech in the locker room, you kind of get like where they're at and what they're building towards. And it wasn't like a lucky thing. It was like, all right, it's starting to pay off. Not that they were buying in because they've bought in already, but to carry over and win with special teams. Now going to Patriots is tough, but sometimes it's better to be on the road. Kind of like underdogs. You go out there, you got nothing to lose. It's a tough place to play, but yeah, tough to move the ball on them and tough to stop them. So listen, AG's gonna have to outcoach them. And special teams, now that we know that it's a weapon,
Yeah.
that has to be something we focus on. But yeah, you got to play error-free football, starting from first quarter. You can't get behind in a place like that.
Look, I'm not sure in your history if you've gone through what this Jets team has gone through in terms of when they traded away two, you could call them popular and star players in Sauce Gardner and Quinton Williams on the defensive side of the ball. But for you, if you were in that locker room, what's your message you would give to your teammates on a short week coming off a win where it's like, look, we traded away these guys. It's now us in the locker room. What is your I guess motto and self kind of motivation for your guys in the locker room, how you would respond to that?
Right. Well, I mean, it's tough for me to say because I don't know who's in that locker room that would get the team together or offensively, defensively. Who's the leader in there that gets them in there? Say, listen, this is what's done. It's done. Let's play hard enough that we're around to be rewarded by all these draft picks. Let's be on that team. But yeah, we gotta have a vet go in there and just explain. But I'm sure AG behind the scenes is like, you know, I know we got rid of these guys. It had to be done. Not that they weren't bought in, but what we got for them, we might have lost Quinton anyway at some point. But yeah, they didn't. Not that they didn't fit the system.
Mm.
But going forward, this is how I want to have things, and that he wants to turn he needs players. He needs quality players. Two guys working to make it. So it's the right move, and I think they understand that, especially having 2 wins in a row and a first win without those guys kind of shows that hey, maybe him and Muji know what they're doing.
Yeah, it certainly seemed that way, and just the return it was incredible for the future. You get frustrated as a fan. It's like, oh, here we go, we're going in
Yeah,
the rebuild again. So now you have to bear down and
yeah,
look. I am happy that they got these 2 wins. I hate seeing losing football, and And you want to see wins out of this team. And like you said, the positives were the special team seems like a real weapon, especially with
Yeah.
Nguanu coming back and the kickoff return he had. If Isaiah Williams can develop into a real punt returner threat, that's huge for this team. I do want to go on the other parts of the return from the trade deadline. They did get A.N.I. Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell from the Colts, a very talented receiver coming out of Texas. Hadn't lived up to his potential yet, but it feels like there's something untapped there. And then John Mechie they got as well. What could they potentially get out of those two guys the rest of the season? Because it looks like they're going to be without Garrett Wilson this week, who's dealing with a knee injury.
Yeah, listen, those are the little things that are forgotten about that you got to give the GM credit for. As far as fans, we won one game, they're like, oh, we're gonna mess up the draft, dude. We're game 8. Then you win the second one without the two guys you just traded, and you're like, oh, I could kind of see this. And then you see, Mechie fits in, and this guy fits in. Then you're like, all right, maybe let's build something here. So fan wise, you're changed. If it's week 15, 16, you're like, figures we win, we go from this pick to this pick. We go from, whatever, Trevor Lawrence to, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
we're in the middle of the season. We got our bye. But the 2 games in a row is nice. But these little pieces that they got besides the draft pick. Listen, even you guys and the other guys I listen to, I don't know if I can say their names because
It's okay. We absolutely, it's a media, man.
let's just say the guys who are, not haters, but the realists about the Jets and what they've been are saying that was an A+ job by Muji and AG getting those picks for those guys and getting that money on Colts payroll instead of ours are now like, wow, well, maybe this is the group to lead us for the next handful of years, not the whole 1-2 and you're done.
No, I agree, and it's the hope that I can hold on to as a fan and as a realist as well. It's like I see their vision, and I see the talent that they brought in with an A.D. Mitchell and a John Mechie. You're taking
Yeah.
swings on guys that other teams are willing to give up on, but maybe they can work in this system. I A.D. Mitchell though, real quick, how special can this guy be if they can develop and tap into that potential? Because we saw what he did at Texas. The guy has special abilities. What do you see as him as a wide receiver, and if he can make an impact for this Jets offense?
Yeah, I don't know enough about him. I remember the name for sure. I know he's a high pick. Listen, I think he had the one bad play dropping the ball before, and not that he fell out of favor, but you just had some guys fill in at the right time that kind of moved him down the depth chart. It just fell out of favor. New atmosphere, new environment. They bring him in, Mechie in. Right there, you have 2 guys, 2 quality guys, 2 young guys,
Yeah.
are still being developed. And I don't know if they can do a quarterback, but the 2 young guys that they're developing. So yeah, that definitely helps. And that's probably 2 less draft picks you have to use on guys like that you already kind of know they can play in the league. It's just a matter of getting the best out of them.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Wayne. I do want to ask you about Breece Hall. He's had 2 really good games here in a row. Incredible performance, 3 touchdowns against the Bengals, even threw for the touchdown. And then last week, there were some special runs in that second half. I remember the run in the fourth quarter. He has 2 defenders in his face, and he just jukes the hell out of them out of the hole, and then he's breaking loose for a 20-25 yard run. And then, of course, he has that ability to catch the ball in a screen pass and take it to the house. Is it right for the Jets to keep this guy, and would you like to see him stay here long term, potentially on an extension?
Yeah. Listen, he wouldn't have been up for extension anyway. Like, Sauce and Garrett, they took care of the year earlier too before they expected or this and that. Obviously, things change, but yeah, you keep Breece. Obviously, Braylon got hurt. You keep Breece. The amazing thing about Breece is he knew he could have been traded. I think we're looking for a 3, someone offered a 4. That's part of it. You know what I mean? He saw his friends who are all pros go. He doesn't look like he's running fast, but he's just eating up ground and this and that. So keeping him, Garrett was untouchable, and Jermaine Johnson. Look at Will McDonald. He steps up. These guys, these young guys, have a perfect opportunity now to show what they can do, and it's a great opportunity. And yeah, I'm excited for all those guys. And Breece, like I said, Breece is he is pivotal to that offense right now.
Yeah, it's the offense is focused around the rushing attack, but then what Breece can do in the passing game, just it's another level to his game that it just doesn't go unnoticed. Look, give me your prediction for tomorrow night, Jets Patriots. It's a massive underdog right now. I see them at 12.5 point dog. They started out as 11.5 point dog. History has not been kind to the Jets when they're this
Right.
big of a dog in recent history. But what are your keys for tomorrow night, and what's your ultimate prediction for Jets Patriots?
Yeah, like I said, I saw minus 12 and a half. That'll let you know the amount of respect they have. Listen, Patriots weren't a team that was thought of. You think Buffalo right away when you think AFC East. But sometimes when you're the only game in town, you're playing a midweek night game. Adds a little motivation, especially when you're the away team and no one expects anything. 12 and a half is a lot. But listen, just watching the game, like you said, we talk about DraftKings. It's have fun with that. You bet, on your player. You bet on Breece for a touchdown. You bet on this and that. That makes it fun. But listen, I think the guys who you expect to make the plays like Breece are going to make them. And you throw, Isaiah Davis in there with some of the runs, and you bet on special teams. But I just think that collectively, if they play as a unit, it's just error free. But it's amazing at this point in the season, we've had one turnover uh, in 9 games.
No interceptions.
It's impossible. So if they can get one or two of them, and my God, have a defensive touchdown or something like that, that's what it's going to take. It's going to
Yeah.
take a perfect game. I know it's New England, and going in, you'd be like, oh, that could be, we can split with them or this. What are they? What's their record? 7-2?
There are 7-2.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a tough one.
yeah. But no, I love it. I love playing in New England. I love playing on Thursday night, for, Sunday night.
You get
So
extra. Do you get extra up for Patriots week?
yeah, you kidding me, dude? Sometimes getting booed is better than getting cheered at home, and that was one of the places you come out and they boo you, man. They let you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Look, Patriots are 8-2. Mike Vrabel, first year as the head coach there.
yeah,
It's quite the turnaround. Drake May's a young quarterback who's having like an MVP like year, but he has turned the ball over a couple times in the last 3 games. So you wonder if the Jets can force a turnover there, like you said, and play perfect football. Don't make any mistakes. Keep it close at halftime, and maybe you can make something happen in the second half. Who knows? Wayne, I know I gotta let you go here quickly, so I just want to finish up here again. Wayne Chrebet now joins us on behalf of DraftKings Sportsbook. DraftKings will have a 30% same game parlay profit boost for the Jets Patriots tomorrow night on Thursday Night Football. For all customers, just visit DraftKings Sportsbook and opt in. Wayne, we appreciate you as always for coming on here and giving us your analysis for Jets football. And we're looking forward to the next time we catch up with you, man.
2 seconds, real quick. Nick
Yeah,
Mangold. I just want to say, how a great of a guy and what a big loss that was for Jets Nation. NFL fans obviously feel for his family, and the Brickishaw spoke on his behalf at the game. I don't know if I would ever been able to do that about someone such a good friend, but I just want to know, to remember him, what a great guy he was on and off the field. And, you know, uh, they're doing it for Nick right now. And that's something to have that to believe in and stuff like that. It means a lot. So, just want to mention him, how much he meant to all of us.
it's well said, man. Someone who lost their mother to kidney cancer this year. For myself, I felt what's going on with that Mangold family. It's tough. And just how damn young he was, and he was one of my favorite Jets growing up. And we're gonna miss him in this Jets community for forever. But he's gonna have a lasting memory here with us. And well said, Wayne. And we appreciate you, man, for always coming on. And we're looking forward to next time we get to catch up with you.
All right, man. Talk to you soon.